Well, hello everyone. I am more than happy to do this video. I've been wanting to do it for a good while since I started my channel, and I'm really starting to notice that I'm attracting a lot of Van Morrison fans to my channel. You don't really see a lot of Van Morrison videos out there anymore, and I'm happy to kind of represent a Van Morrison fan base. And I've done a couple of different videos. I know I did a video about an album which I will be talking about very soon in this video, so hint on what that is. I've also done a video on a Van Morrison new album that's coming out, and that's really attracted a lot of people commenting, and I really appreciate the comments. And like I said, I'm really kind of blown away by the love that video has gotten. So thank you for that. So in this video, I want to rank my current top 10 favorite Van Morrison albums. Now, I haven't done really any other prep for this video other than the fact that I've got the 10 albums, stacked in the order that they currently are. I will admit, though I am a big Van Morrison fan, I don't own all of his albums, and I have not heard all of his albums. Couple of reasons, varying. A lot of it being, not all of his albums are currently in print. Really, I'd say probably at least half of his albums are out of print, and so the only choice you have is to find them used in a CD bin or in a record store. But regardless, these are my top 10 albums right now. My top 3 can vary depending on my mood, especially. So without further ado, the first one I'm going to show is going to be the only vinyl that I'm showing, because I only have it on vinyl and I've not found it on CD. The first album being Van Morrison's album. Let me get that glare out of the way. Wavelength. Great album, 1978. It was kind of Van testing some waters with, which he'd done before on some previous albums, but this was starting to get into more kind of ethereal sounding music. But there's some great jams. I mean, the first song on side A is called Kingdom Hall. From what I understand, Van's mother was a Jehovah's Witness when he grew up, and so he remembers having parties at the Kingdom Hall of the Jehovah's Witness, and it's just a classic Van, classic, chorus of, hey la, hey la. I'm not even going to try to attempt Van. Then the title track, Wavelength, is a great tune. Checking It Out, Venice USA, just great, great production. I mean, again, I don't hate any Van Morrison album that I've heard. So one of them had to be number 10. This is it. Check it out if for any other reason other than just to hear Kingdom Hall. It's just a great tune. Alright, number 9, one of Van's most recent albums. It's called Versatile, and you can pause it on your own time, well, to get a focus in. It's not going to do it. You can look up the track listing on Google. I know nobody really pauses to see that kind of thing. This is Van taking on some jazz standards, some Great American Songbook stuff, and I know it's been done to death by everybody. Bob Dylan's done it, Rod Stewart's done it, Willie Nelson did it, Ringo Starr's done it back in the 70s when he broke up with the Beatles. This is Van's take on it. I love it. It's a mix of standards like A Foggy Day, Let's Get Lost, Bye Bye Blackbird, and then some really great original stuff. Let's see, the first song off the top of the album, Broken Record. That song, and this might be just more of a sentimental pick as to why I like this, but it does take me to summer nights listening to this stuff. I listened to this album as well as Dylan's album Triplicate during a summer, and I just loved listening to the old standards sitting in my room on a hot summer day, soaking it in. Plus Broken Record was really good when I saw Van Morrison live. If you haven't heard it, check it out. That's my number 9. Number 8, and I'm going to try to go quick so I don't make this too long. Number 8, St. Dominic's Preview. I know this is a big album for my friend Tommy. down in North Carolina. The big hit off of this was Jackie Wilson said, "I'm in heaven when you smile." But I mean, the longer song, St. Dominic's Preview, Listen to the Lion, great stuff. You know, it's just Van doing his thing. You know, post Astral Weeks, it's kind of the similar vein, just a short track listing, but a great album. So check out St. Dominic's Preview. It's my number 8. Number 7, the Van Morrison double CD, Hymns to the Silence, which came out in 1991. Like I said, 2 CDs. This is the broken up set. Again, this is out of print. I bought this on eBay. It's my mom's favorite Van Morrison album. It's just full of great songs. I mean, it's long, so you know, some people might say, "Oh, it can be condensed to a 1 disc." I love every song. By His Grace. I've given messages at a few different churches, and I used By His Grace as one of my topics. Used the lyrics to it. Hymns to the Silence. He does a version of Be Thou My Vision. I'm Not Feeling It Anymore, which is just a killer song. You listen to it. I mean, he does a version with Tom Jones live. That's fantastic. Just really good stuff. Some spoken word stuff. Just great writing. 9, 8. What was that? Number 7. This is my number 6, which is the album I was referring to earlier. Three Chords and the Truth. It's with some of the same musicians that were on Astral Weeks. Just a great, great album. It's newer. I'm not going to talk about it much. Check out my old video for it. I might put up a little link in the description. Just, you know, it's Van kind of back to his original songwriting style. Great album. Was this number 6? Avalon Sunset. This album has some great stuff on it. It's an 80s Van album, 1989. But the song Whenever God Shines His Light, which was kind of the big hit off of this album, my band for my church have done this song live. I got to play bass on it, and it's just a really fun song to do. Again, Have I Told You Lately, which was a big hit for Rod Stewart. These Are the Days, When Will I Ever Learn to Live in God, which I think Bill Murray actually covered on an album. So check this out. I think I misspoke. This is actually, this is number 4 for me, so I apologize. I misspoke for my count. Tupelo Honey, which I just talked about in my recent finds. I couldn't find this on CD for a long time for a reasonable price, and finally I found this for like less than 15 bucks, if even that. And it sounds great. I mean, I've played it. It's got Wild Night on it, Old Woodstock, Starting a New Life, Tupelo Honey. Probably the underrated song on this album is I Wanna Rue You, which is just a really good, fun song. Yeah, Tupelo Honey. I can't say really anything more about it. Top 3. Moon Dance, which is probably what a lot of people put at number 1. Almost every song was a hit. This could be a greatest hits compilation. And It Stoned Me, Moon Dance, Crazy Love, Caravan. Now, the reason this is lower, the reason this might not be number 1 for me right now is because I will say, if this album contained the version of Caravan from The Last Waltz with the band, this might be number 1. This version of Caravan, I think, is very dull, and that's why this album is number 3. Great stuff. I mean, it's a Van classic. Again, it could be number 1, just not today. Number 2, Beautiful Vision. This is probably the biggest surprise on the album, being so high, but just some great stuff. Beautiful Vision, the title track's fantastic. Dweller on the Threshold, Cleaning Windows, which is an autobiographical song about Van's youth when he was a window cleaner. Yeah, Aryan Mist, Northern Muse, Solid Ground. It's 80s production, but it's a timeless sound. I mean, there was some 80s stuff, you know, not to knock anybody, but like Bon Jovi, stuff like that. It's stuck in the 80s, and it should stay there. This can come on to 2021 and beyond. It's just a great album, great writing. So check it out, Beautiful Vision, my number 2. And number 1, the big suspense drum roll. I know Glenn up in Canada is a fan of this. Astral Weeks. This is Van at his most free form, experimental, just, you know, it was a huge jump from when he was with the garage group Them a few years back. You know, nothing can be said more about this album. Sweet Thing is kind of the big song off of that. But I'm not going to say anything about Astral Weeks. It's been said. Fantastic album. Perfect album, just free form. Let me know what your top 10 are. If you have a top 10, just name off some of your favorite Van Morrison songs. I will not accept Brown Eyed Girl as a favorite song because yeah, I will not accept Brown Eyed Girl as one of your favorite songs. But I'm just kidding. It can be one of your favorites. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.